Hey, good evening. Good evening, Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope. We doing tonight is season three, episode three review of The Shy. I have Chastity joining me tonight. Keisha may be coming along, and I got my little buddy may be joining us. But from what I understand, the weather is pretty bad down there right now, so
Mhm.
it could be a little tricky because it's the power's going in and out. Chastity, what's going on?
Nothing much. Just excited about the shy.
All right, so we need everybody in the chat that's sort of shy to chime in as well. Uh, so we're gonna start the show off, Chastity, with the opening episode.
Yeah.
The kids going to see Knock. How you felt about that?
I think it was a bold move. So okay, so the second episode closed with them at the door, right? And then Kevin he was like, I'm not leaving unless I get information with my sister. And then it opened up a third episode with they're still at the door where Stanley, do I call him Stanley or no?
No, no, his name is Papa.
Papa. Right. I like Papa too. Papa, he's over there like, yo, I probably peed on myself. Can we please just leave? Everybody wants to leave, and Kevin's just, holding his grounds. And I just felt for him. I'm really wondering where Keisha is. That like throughout this whole entire thing, there's just this undertone of Keisha. What really happened to her? Last time we saw her, she was at the bus stop. Is she alive? Is she?
Just to
That
just to skip around in the episode a little bit,
yeah.
because when we continue on in the episode, we only got to go double back. But when Trig went back to the house, were you surprised at what was going on in the house?
Well, I knew it was a trap house, so I don't
How
think I
did
was.
Papa know it was a trap house? Because he said in the pizza place, he said it's a trap house. How did Papa know that?
Do you know what I think? Honestly, how I think he knew it, and I'm gonna be skipping. I think because his father is a preacher, he hears and he knows what goes on in the neighborhood. So I think that he is aware of his community, and he probably has heard of that address or of that street and been like, now, and taking it back to wait. I remember this. That's a trap house. So when Papa said that, I expected it to be a trap house. I did.
So were you surprised? It was a little bit more than a trap house.
Well, put it this way. Honestly, I've never been in a trap house, so I don't know what really goes on in one. So I
That
guess,
was that was
you know,
more like a
like, yeah.
brothel. That was a brothel.
Yeah, well, at one point I felt that they were even kind of doing that whole entire like holding the girls against their will because that girl, said it. If she's here, she don't want to be here. At one point when they were talking to the girls. So, yeah, it was a hard, it was it was an adult scene in there. You know.
So then we see that Keisha's mother, they was passing out flyers, and then Tracy came back. Tracy finally made her appearance in season three.
Yes. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
How you feel about Tracy's character?
I I'm happy they brought her back. I like the way they wrote her in as far as she's a woman that's had some, like she said, like that's some serious a tragedy losing your child. I like the quote that she said, they talk about a woman scorned over a man. You don't even know what it's like when it's your child. So I like that she made this group giving back to the community, and just taking something so negative, and she's trying to make a positive out of it. So I like that storyline that they're working with.
Yeah. So what do you think about uh I see Jaden and since she done had her moment of feeling good by the massage guy, Jaden
Oh,
and
yeah, that was
you know
last episode.
her guy with the her coworker
That guy
who asked out. They said it's not a date. He just asked out.
to drink. Yeah, I I thought so. Okay, so when they put her at that, remember when they were speed dating, and the most positive thing she got out of the speed dating was that Asian guy from Lincoln Park. So I thought that that was foreshadowing to show that she's not going to stay with your traditional black man. I think that they're going to write her into dating outside, either somebody Asian, somebody Spanish, and then I even liked that he had an accent, so you could tell that he's probably not American born. He was probably not born in America, and it's just something new that she's learning, because I feel that in this time period of her life, she's kind of like reinventing herself. Her child is out of the nest. She's finding who Jada is. And like I said, I know that Keisha was saying that, they were kind of putting her like as a weak role model or whatever. But I still think that she's a strong woman, trying to make it.
So they had a scene there where Emmett and Tiff had to go back to Jada's house to stay, and they plotted to get back there. So when you seen that Emmett and Tiff was arguing in the bedroom, and how did you feel about that?
When they about taking the baby to school,
Yeah.
that's real. I, I so what they show me is, honest to God, I feel that I was that 20 years ago. It's like that young love, that or that young uh trying to make a plan, trying to build on something, and just not no not sleeping. We have a saying in Spanish, uno no duerme y no deja dormir, meaning they're not sleeping and they ain't not letting nobody else sleep because they fighting so much, you know.
Hmm.
So I could completely understand all of the dynamics in there, where the mother comes out the room and she's like, "Yo, I told you, if you're gonna stay here, y'all can't be fighting." And then here she goes, mommy to the rescue to help her son. And then the girl is right. She's like, "Yo, that's his problem right there. You always getting him out of his holes." So I think that was a real scene. I really like the writing in here. I like the writing in the that that she gives, because she gives um real world every day. You don't have people in here that, what does she do for a living? She's a weed hustler, but she can't do it out of her mother-in-law's apartment. You got to do that in the street. What's he doing? He's over there rocking in a chicken shack in the morning, and now he's using the chicken shack at night to build his business. And that's how we do. We hustle.
How you felt about Emmett giving up the code? Not the code, but gave up her other name on Instagram.
What do you mean? No.
He
Okay,
gave
so
it.
I guess now that's my older side. Absolutely, he's like, we're looking for this girl. I don't care what she's been doing. I don't care what she looks like. It's like the what's Dre, right? That's her name. The
Yeah.
stepmom. It's like Dre said. I don't care if she there. Excuse my language. Sucking 100 dicks. At the end of the day, we trying to get her. And if that is gonna give us any type of clues to where she's at, we gotta go. We gotta do it.
Segueing into that, what do you think about Dre and Keisha's mother? How they was having that confrontation?
Yeah, I think that's a once again a real scenario. Whether they're a lesbian couple or heterosexual couple, when you marry a woman that has children, that's always your fear. Not a fear, but that's always like an awkward moment. When are the kids gonna be like, "Yo, you're not my mom, you're not my dad," or when is your other spouse gonna say, "Yo, you're not their dad, you're not their mother," and then it leaves you in that position of, I'm giving everything that I am to help you raise these children, because she just came on board, Dre. And from what I see, she's doing her duties, and she's rocking with everything she can. So that was a heartfelt moment, and it hurt. That's why, afterwards, when they were in the vigil, she's like, "Yeah, nah, I shouldn't even be on that stage. I'm gonna just chill right here," because it's a part of life that, so we're gonna have to they have to deal with eventually, because it's gonna come. Either the parents are gonna either the spouse is gonna say it, or the child's gonna say it.
I liked one of the parts. We got somebody else joining us right now.
Good, let's go in.
He's gonna join us with this.
Okay.
Good evening, Dwayne.
What's going on?
How you doing,
How you
Hello.
sir?
doing, Chassie? I'm doing
Hi.
good, man.
Hey, Chastity. One of the parts when they was going back and forth that I really like is that when like you said about the writing, whoever wrote this particular episode wrote in there about when Dre said that Keisha was a brown skinned girl who lost her father at a young age, and I think that spoke to a stigma that a lot of dark skinned girls aren't beautiful because they're
Yes.
dark skinned or nobody's telling them they're beautiful. In our society, a lot of times people go for, uh, definitely in the black community, a lot of people go for the red bones and don't look at the dark skinned young ladies. So I think that she spoke about a stereotype that's in our community. What's going on, Wayne?
What's going on?
How's
What's going
everything?
on? Hey, man, storming down here, but I'm here though.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. I'm here. I got
What?
caught in
Yeah.
it.
So what do you think about episode 3, Dwayne? We talked
Um.
we talked about your girl. Your girl Tracy has made
Yeah.
an
Yeah. Yeah.
appearance.
I'm happy Tracy back, but episode 3 was pretty good. One thing that and I know we spoke about it briefly, Q. I just don't understand this year the whole Ronnie angle. I mean, he getting beat up by little kids. Like it's like the hate he getting this season. You would have thought he would have got it last season. Like you would have thought he would have got this hate season too. Like I mean, he getting crapped on by everybody, man. Like it's. I was like, man,
Yeah,
this episode.
I don't get it neither with Ronnie. It's like you when he first committed the murder, they was trying to find himself, so he ran into Common,
Yeah,
and then he got some type of acceptance, and then the shooting and everything when he got shot, and then Brandon him always running to Brandon and Kevin. It was like okay, but now they like brought him back, and it's like this season he's in a worse situation. And even
like
last year,
terrible.
he had started messing with Jada.
Right.
He had started drinking again, but he had seemed to have been getting on his feet or whatever. So I thought that was kind of strange myself.
Man, it's like everybody threatening to beat his ass. Even Dre did. Like she even threatened to beat his ass.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah.
she's still talking about over that phone. So
right.
Dwayne, how you feel about my buddy Emmett, man? I know we big we rooting for Emmett heavy. How you feel about this episode with Emmett?
I mean, I think it was a good episode. I'm just like, I overthink some things sometimes. I'm like, yo, how Sonny don't know they hustling out of his shop off hours, like with a long line out the
Did,
door the
did
whole nine. Like, how he don't know?
they had the line like they had the Mots.
That's what I'm saying. Ain't nobody calling Sonny and like, yo, what's going down at your spot, man? It's a line out the door. Like that right there, and again, I could be overthinking it a little bit. But I think Emmett, he was perfectly flawed the first 2 seasons, right? So now I think a little bit this season, she putting a little bit more on him, trying to be a mentor for the little guy. And I just don't see that role for him. Like I said,
Hey,
he perfectly flawed.
hey, Chastity, I know you got boys. So what was that situation that Emmett caught Kevin in? He caught
Uh,
he caught
I
he,
know.
he caught Kevin having a moment to himself right there. Like,
Seriously.
Kevin wasn't even watching
I
no
would have just
porn,
been like,
man.
yo, you can't
It
lock
was
the door.
it was just a picture by herself by the tree,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. I don't know what.
Kevin was having a moment right
And
there.
listen, Kev is
I mean,
stressed, man.
I think that I would have just been like, can you lock the door? I knocked. You
The,
knew I was coming. I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't know that.
I even thought that was strange when Jada was in there with the girl and the grandmother. Like, why, dude? Like, you can't. That's like a no. Coming in the hospital room without knocking and getting permission.
yeah,
He just opened the door. That's like weird.
Yeah.
That was a weird scene right there. I thought that's something that people don't really make mistakes at. But I was shocked that they wrote that in there.
Yeah.
But Du- Dwayne, so Tracy's back. She got a support group.
yeah.
You
Like
know,
I'm gonna be honest. Those two ladies, they bothered me a little bit. Like how they was questioning, Keisha's mother and Dre and just talking about how bad she is as a person because of her IG page. Like that was tough for me, and I was kind of glad that Dre said to the other lady, like, well, let's think about what your son was doing, you know. And then she
Hmm.
was like, well, we ain't talking about my son. Well, I mean, again, everybody that's in that group has suffered a loss. Yeah, sure, they haven't suffered a loss yet, but they don't know. The girl's been missing.
Yeah.
So I was just a little, taken aback by the approach of those two young ladies in that
Yeah,
scene.
they see, but you know what's funny? It goes back to like that was like Chastity said that was kind of like a real scene, Wayne, because
Yeah,
that is the type of stuff that people do. They judgmental, but they don't realize that they live in a glass house themselves.
right. And she
Like
was
Yes.
sure to say, she was like, check that page now. Make
yeah,
sure you check that
at
page.
the end, like that was real greasy of her, right?
Yeah.
Hey,
So
so
I don't know, man. Is this gonna be Ronnie's purpose in life now? To find this girl? Like,
yeah, so Kevin said eventually Sonny gonna find out because everybody gonna be talking about that chicken.
oh yeah, that's true.
Cause she did tell her you got to use
Yeah,
that chicken, soak it in some buttermilk.
You got to
yeah,
use
yeah.
buttermilk.
Yeah, Sonny wasn't having that though, right? He wasn't having that. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
Sonny is AQ. We all know when our Saints get older, they don't care what come out of their mouth, man. Sonny was ready to go in, you know.
So what's up with Ronnie and the lady from the recycling place? Ronnie said he ain't want no pity pussy.
But then he was giving her flowers at the
Yeah,
end. You see what I'm
that
saying?
kind of threw me off.
Exactly. Yes, he
Yeah,
Listen,
does.
and I knew they was going to use Luke
listen,
James' voice sooner or later. I
let's
mean, he
listen.
ain't finished the song, but he started it.
I
You
they
know,
threw
they
me
they
off. They threw me off with Love Ballad. I must tell y'all. When it came on, I'm like, when he started singing, I'm like, okay, Luke gonna sing, and it's gonna be a cappella. And then they got my boy Papa and Maisha. We got to
listen.
talk about that.
And hey, listen, you gotta give Kev a little credit. Usually there's a code. Like usually there's a code. Like I can't mess with a girl that you mess with. You my best friend. But I guess that went out the window because Papa and Maisha they getting it in
Yeah,
strong, right?
yeah. Chassie, how you feel about Papa and Maisha? With- with- Papa said I might not can't fight, but I'm smart.
That's right. That's right. I like them. I think that I like them from the beginning. I think that they're that young love, that
Good.
couple that gets together when they're little, and they're probably gonna stay with it through the course. And I like that at the end of the day, she's about something. The little girl, she's
This
got a head on
is.
her shoulders, and too
Hey, listen, Papa pulled out the breakfast sandwich. It was warm too, wasn't
So yeah,
with
it?
jelly,
hey yo,
He
with
had jelly
jelly.
on
You
it.
didn't catch that. You
but
didn't catch the jelly.
the
The
funny thing
jelly, yeah, he had the jelly on it too.
when Love Ballad was being sung, Maisha went straight to her cheek like, "Come on,
Yeah, yeah. Come on, like what you
yeah."
Yeah.
doing? Papa had his little chain on. You saw his little chain.
Papa, Papa went to the projects for her too. He wasn't
Yeah,
playing, yo.
yeah. Papa had to get on his pops too. He was like, "Yo, why you helping him, man?
That's the one.
He
That's the one.
killed Cookie."
Dad, he killed Cookie. Dad, like he's still a son of God.
That's
Son.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
You know
good.
what
They
I
brought.
think Ronnie represents? Do you know what I think Ronnie represents? And I feel that he's represented this in season one. I feel that to me, like I saw him, I see him as all the times that we fall as humans, right? How many times do we know that we should really be doing this and we do that? And then we try, and then somehow when we try we end up in a bigger hole than we were in. So
Man,
whenever I see him, I'm just like, you, why are you doing that? And then even when he got beat up, where did he end up? He ended up in the house of God, so he
right.
could be taken in, and he could say, listen, everybody's a sinner, everybody's made mistakes. So whenever I see Ronnie, I don't see I'm not going to say that I don't see him as a man, I do, but I just see his character as all the excuse my language, all the fuck ups that we do, and all the
Mhm.
times that we come back at the end of the day. That's how I see his character.
Ron-
And honestly, can I drop a bomb? I think he killed Keisha.
I don't, I
Wow.
don't know. Spoiler
I don't
alert.
know.
I don't
I
know.
don't
I don't
know.
know. I didn't write it. I
I
didn't
don't
I
write it.
know.
I
don't
I
think he
don't.
know.
I
killed
don't
Keisha. He
know.
was the last
I
one to
don't
see her.
know.
I mean, he was on it. He was on that Caucasian man that was in the crowd though. He was on it.
What?
But
That was
where is
just. I
Keisha?
feel he was just
Where's my
trying to
Keisha at?
keep pace.
Where's my
Where's your? Oh, I
Keisha at?
know.
Keisha might be joining us. Hey,
Okay.
but listen, what do you? I like the role that Dre's playing. I really think she's coming out
I like
this
her.
season. Like
Strong
she's really
character, man.
real
It's a
strong
strong
character,
character.
real strong presence. I think that
Mhm.
that she's a take charge type of person, and it's
Yes.
interesting because when for the show, um, I do a lot of little background stuff, and you got to start try to follow these people on Instagram just to
Right.
get a glimpse of their real life to see how they fit character. Some of them are totally different outside of character, like no way.
Yeah.
So it's
Right.
Dre's doing an amazing job. Like she really
Yeah,
like
she's at the very she's very strong, this season. Especially like when the scene where, the mother was like, it's my daughter. It ain't your daughter.
Yeah.
And she knew that was coming eventually down the line. And, that's real right there too. There's been people that's been in those situations. Me, even myself, like dating somebody one time with a kid and tried to,
Hmm.
interject and being told, well, it's my child, not your child. It's like, oh, okay. You want my advice when it's good for you, but when it's bad, it's not your child, it's my child. That's real right there.
yeah. Kevin
Hmm.
was saying how in season one and season two, Papa was had his quotes. They ain't really let Papa like stretch his legs out yet,
Right, 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 right.
So I hope that
He still got the greatest scene ever in all three seasons of the show when he came out there like Big Papa. That was the best scene ever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
yeah, Papa came out there
What
looking like
about
Biggie.
Mm,
Q? What about that scene in the school? I thought that was a very powerful scene. That our children that are in white private schools, it's true what the girl said when it was Kevin in class and he's over there
mm.
sleeping, and that girl was like, "Yo, you got to get your shit together because you represent me whether I like it or not." I feel
See,
that
see
that
the
I
funny
like
the funniest thing about that scene is that you can go one or two ways. That
Yeah, you
scene
can.
is that scene is authentic. I believe that type of stuff does happen. But I would have been like Jake, like shut up, like that would have
Yeah,
been me.
'cause-
I'm more like a Jake type of guy in that situation. Like you run around here trying to impress these people. That may have been like I don't want to jam up my algorithm, but that would have been definitely a still nigga moment. Like at
right.
the end of the day, you still black, so all that sucking and jiving you doing. But I get it. I get it. That's how some people
but she's
feel.
not sucking and diving. She's playing the game because she said it. She was like, if they great, we gotta be phenomenal. Like it's always like that, whether you like it or not, whether you say it should be or shouldn't be. If they do one, we gotta do two. And I like that saying that she was like, "You a king. Stop acting like a peasant."
Mm.
Okay. I
Yeah,
know. I know one thing. It sounded good, but kids wasn't saying no king stuff. I wasn't calling nobody no king or no queen, not high school. But I get it. It's writing. It's
right.
it's it's understandable. They made a good point. We caught
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Well, I don't know about you. I went to Elizabeth High School, and in the '90s, there was that we had our little clique that they was talking about kings and queens, and you should be this, and I'd be like, yeah, I
Oh,
should.
that was the
Wow,
X Clan clique, huh?
we did. They
They
was
was to the
talking.
East
They was talking
Blackwoods.
about it. They was
They,
talking about it.
long as you wasn't from Peterstown, you was alright.
Hey, hey, leave them alone. Leave them alone.
Yeah,
We all
no,
got
and
along.
no, I hear you, Chastity. Though it was a good scene.
Mhm.
Like, and again, sometimes I overanalyze stuff. It's like she don't know what that cat was going through. Like, what I mean, missing his
True.
sister. He ain't thinking about what was going on in that classroom. His whole focus right now is finding his sister. I don't know if y'all hear
Yeah.
that. Q, I may get zapped out, man. The storms down here in the DMV is crazy right now.
Yeah.
Really? Where you at, Dwayne? Because
I'm,
I didn't
I'm
hear
down in
anything.
I'm down in Maryland, so it's
Oh,
lighting
oh, oh,
up,
you're
it's
Maryland. I'm in
flashing,
Jersey.
yeah.
Okay,
So
okay. Yeah, yeah.
So so
No,
so
I
so they've been real quiet with my boy Doodle Wild, man. I'm still trying to understand when is they gonna or if they're ever gonna tell us about how Brandon got killed, what's going on with the investigation. It's like
I think Q. I think they will because, like, even last week on the show, we was like, all right, where's Tracy? And then we was like, where's the grandmother? And all that was revealed in episode
yeah.
3. So I think there's still some nuggets out there. I think this season, she just came with a blank canvas, man, and she just throwing a lot of stuff on there right now. So there's a lot. If you think about it, in these first 3 episodes, there's a lot to absorb there, man. A lot
Yes.
of things going on with a lot of characters. you know, the new characters that's in. Like I said, Dre is a very powerful presence in this season. You know, even Kevin's mother is getting more airtime this season than she has, you know, seasons past. So, and you know, you got the whole new relationship, you know, the transgender and 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 she dealing with a lot of different things, especially going in that, let's just call it what it was, that brothel, and seeing how the young ladies was being treated in there. It gave her some flashback moments. So now we're gonna find out more about her situation,
Her.
other than just being a transgender. So, you know, Lena hitting us with a lot of stuff,
So
you know, early.
let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Where y'all think they came from? Like, where did Trey get the money from?
I
It's
don't
just like they
know,
just
man. It's just
came back out of nowhere. Like he got paid and just came back, and now he coming back for Jake.
and where they trying to go back to. You know what I mean? Because he keeps saying, like, I'm just here to get my brother, and then we
They
out.
got
Where's
themselves.
out?
Yeah.
You know, I guess all that
Yeah.
will be revealed, you know?
Yeah, that's interesting. But back to Ronnie. Ronnie took us some flowers, man.
He did.
Ronnie
So
took us some
obviously
flowers, man.
he wants some of that pity stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Ronnie trying, man. Ronnie. I thought Ronnie and Jada had a moment, but then Ronnie got a little tipsy in
He
season
got
two.
tipsy, yeah, season
Couldn't
two.
control himself. But yeah, I
He's
really
the
like
ever flawed man.
so what you think about they pulled back with Lala's character this week. They only showed her a couple times. So one time, yeah, two times, she was a little upset
Uh,
about not having no help in that
she
kitchen.
needs some help,
She
bro.
she couldn't cover the order.
No, she needs some help because you know, that man came in there with his team. He wanted that food like
Oh,
ASAP.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting, but it did catch me off guard, Dwayne, where I thought Sonny would know about it. I thought Sonny had
Yeah.
worked to deal with him, but basically he out there after hours, man.
After hours in Sonny's spot. Like, I'm like, yo, Sonny don't know this is going down.
Like
And
even
you know when he find out, he gonna try to shut that down because he feel like, you know, the Lala character disrespected his cooking as it is. Like, how you gonna tell me I've been serving people this chicken in this neighborhood for decades, and you gonna tell me it's something wrong with my chicken?
but don't
You
talk
know,
to me about no buttermilk.
yeah, he ain't trying to hear that.
yeah. So what else? What else did y'all notice that might have caught y'all off guard? Wasn't nothing
Um,
else?
Well, I thought Tracy was very strong, man, and you know how she's really taking charge of that group, and you know she's making it her own, and she's out there, and I like her message. You know, especially me, you know, somebody that don't have children of my own, but being the head of like a youth organization and union, and like truly any kid that came across me, I felt like they were my own. So I could kind of relate to her saying we got to take all these kids and like they're our own.
Tracy
You know, that's
definitely
how
put
we
some
got to
weight
do
on
it.
since season one too.
It's good
She
weight
she
though.
she, she definitely put some weight on,
Yeah,
noticeable
that's
weight
a
too.
good. Yeah, that's good weight. Worry
So
about
let me
that.
ask you: were you shocked that when Tracy was up there that she didn't notice Ronnie in the audience? Like they
Yeah,
didn't
I
even
mean,
connect. That seemed
yeah,
kind of odd. Like he was just in the shadows. Like
like
everybody that knew.
he ain't even thinking about her no more. Where like season one, it was all about her.
Yeah,
Like, you
that's
know,
Jason's mother. And
yeah,
even though he wasn't technically Jason's father, Q was, but still he basically raised him. So I was
Yeah.
surprised that he didn't go up front and be supportive. It just seemed
I
like it was
thought
a
he was
disconnect.
high. I thought he was. I thought that was like, for what I got out of it was, number one. I know Tracy didn't see him because you've been on pulpits before. You got an audience in front of you like that. 9 times out of 10, you're not really looking at individuals.
hmm
You're speaking because you want to get your message across.
right.
So I don't think it was so much that she didn't see him. I think she was more concentrated on her mission. But with him, that whole thing that he had going on, I think he was high. That's what I got from it.
Yeah, I was worried about him getting jumped. To be honest, I mean, you got little
Yeah,
kids beating him up. like,
yeah.
I'm like,
That little
this
scene
ain't
threw me
good.
off, and even looking at the white guy and then like following behind him before it went off, kind of like threw me off where they was going with this. Kevin said
Yeah.
that my boy Emmett probably gonna go back to the food truck once Sonny find out he's selling chicken out the back of his
Yeah,
shop.
Sonny gonna shut that down, man. That ain't gonna last.
Do you really think Sonny will shut it down if he finds out?
Yeah, she
I think I think
disrespected his
I think I
chicken.
think I think if Sonny is, if they try to make it like a real like real life, Sonny will shut it down and kick
Right.
Emmett out and be like, "Don't come back here no more. I'm done with you." Because not only did he criticize his chicken, you could get him shut down. You don't know what that man got with his
Yeah.
permit.
This
You
is
know,
true.
you selling stuff out the back door.
It's definitely in the after hours spot. It definitely ain't that. Woo.
Yeah. No, I get it. I get it. I was just thinking that
So Dwayne,
maybe Sonny.
Dwayne, back to our boy Luke James? Did you think he was gonna sing the whole song
I thought
to,
he was gonna sing the whole song. I
to
thought they broke
Jasmine?
out. I thought they broke out. He was in New Edition. He was in that New Edition movie. He was in Star where he was singing. And the brother can blow. Let's be
Yeah,
honest.
he was backup singer for Tyrese at one
Yeah,
time.
he has a very good voice. So I was like, oh, wait a second. They're gonna have him. They're gonna put his singing angle in there because what exactly is he doing for his money? We know he of the street, but like, what he doing for his money that he could just come in the spot, buy a house, and just get stuff in motion? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I was messed up when he was trying to go put the work in, and then Jasmine was like, "I'm your bodyguard." That kind of like threw me off.
Yeah,
Like, respectfully, she became a boy again because
yeah,
she went up
Yeah.
in there with the strap like it wasn't no
yeah.
problem.
She was about it, right? She pistol whipped that
Yeah.
dude quick.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. The season 3 look like it might be picking up the storyline to take it. My boy Dudawa,
Well,
I'm
you
trying to
still
figure out
got
what's
that.
going on with him.
You still got that political aspect that's about to come. It got to be coming in the next few episodes because he running for mayor, and then Lena got her character coming in. She gonna be running for mayor, so we're gonna have the political aspect of it too. Then of course you're gonna have the young lady from Escape. She gonna be joining the cast very soon, probably episode 4. So just getting her whole story and their story. So, like I said, man, she hitting with a lot of different angles this season. It's like I said, that blank canvas, and she just throwing everything up there.
Yeah,
I think there is a lot to come.
Yeah.
anybody in the chat that got anything else they want to add, we'll add it. We ain't gonna be on long tonight
No,
because we're
because
only
hey,
doing one
listen,
episode.
I know, but I know we doing the shot, but it's a big season finale coming up
Yeah,
on Sunday.
we'll
We're
talk
gonna
about
have to
that
talk
next
about
week.
that High Town too,
We're
because
gonna do
that
that next week.
is
Oh,
excellent.
Don't jam up
I'm
my
not going to jam it
algorithm.
up. I'm not going to jam it up, but I want people to
I
watch
love
that.
Hightown. I'm with
Watch
you,
it
Dwayne.
so we could talk
I
about it because this
no, I've
show
been
ain't getting
watching it.
enough. I know you
No,
have, and I
I
know
love
Q has.
everything about it.
Oh, I love that show,
I
man.
love
That
the
show is
whole
deep.
entire. I told
All
you
right,
last
all
week. You guys
right,
were telling me.
All right,
all
Q. I'm
right,
sorry.
all
We just want
right.
to. We just putting that
Okay.
nugget out
Yeah.
there for
But
people
all
to
right,
go
let me just
watch.
ask this one question, Dwayne. I asked this to Q. So when I watch it, right, I watch The Shy. I watch the same episode a few times. The first time I watch it by itself, right, like normal. The second time I watch it with closed captions because I like to see every word. Like
Oh,
I want
okay.
to know exactly what was meant. How do you watch it when you? And I watch it
Well,
more than once.
I mean, I watched episode 3 times.
Okay.
Okay, I watched it 3 times because sometimes you miss certain
You miss
things.
it.
You absorbing what you seen, what you just saw on one scene, and you may miss certain things. Like second time, I was like, I'm be honest. First time, I didn't see the guy that Ronnie was looking at, so I had to rewind it because I watch it on the Showtime app. I watch it early. So
Okay.
yeah, I usually watch it about 3 times just to make sure, especially if we're gonna be
Me.
talking about it. I want to make sure I know what I'm talking about when I come up on here. So I usually watch it 3 times.
Me too. And what about you, Q? Just you said twice, right?
Yeah, episode 3. I only had to watch it twice. Episode 2 was the one I told you I watched 4 times because I needed to get all that out. I could hear that thunder down there in the
I
DMV.
told you, man. You probably see it in the background. It's been going on for like two and a
We
half
had it for a
hours now.
while.
It's
But listen,
We
crazy
had it for
down
a little
here.
if
while.
we're gonna close the show. Do y'all have any final thoughts?
I'm really, like I said, I'm really looking forward to the political aspect. I want to see this race. You know, cause Otis Perry, he's street, but he got it. Like, even think about episode 1, he made sure he had that camera crew to take the pictures and everything after the funeral.
He was
So
like,
he was smiling, wasn't
yeah.
he? So I'm looking forward to that, and just to see his story, because we didn't really see him in episode 3. Did we see him at all? I don't think we
No.
saw him at all in episode 3. So
Not
I
in
think
episode 3.
so I think 4 they're gonna hit him heavy. So I'm looking forward to that, and just finding out more about his relationship with the new character that's coming on, and all of that. So, and I'm looking forward to also seeing more of Jake trying to reconnect with his big brother. I mean, I want to see a little bit more of that too. I'm interested in that for sure.
Chaz?
I myself, I like that they're putting some diversity and opening up transgender and showing us what's the proper vocabulary and how do we speak to people of transgender. Like,
Right.
so last episode in that bar incident, when she came out, she was like, what are your pronouns? What
Right.
would you like to be
That was
called?
interesting.
You know, us normally, no, I'm Chaz, I'm a female, and there's so many obvious things that
Right.
no longer are obvious because of transgender. And listen, whether you're with it, whether you're not with it, at the end of the day, it exists.
It exists.
So we, as the community, have to embrace it and have to learn how to live. So I'm interested in seeing how that storyline unfolds, and I want to know what's up with Keisha.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of odd that they haven't shown not one scene of where she is, like, at all.
And that scares me.
Yeah, it's kind of odd. Q, what you looking forward to?
Where's Keisha?
That's it.
I think it is odd. Even sometimes, if she isn't no longer on the show, it hasn't been leaked, and that's very odd for a show to be able to hold that in that long. But I'm interested in seeing Emmett, man. Emmett and Kevin, like, their maturity going forward is key. I want to see how Emmett deals with some things that we know is going to be happening in a couple episodes.
Yeah, because
I really like that Emmett is becoming a little bit responsible. Like, he was like all over the place in season 1 and season 2, and even Kevin has a legitimate overprotectiveness towards his sister. Like, where is she at? And I like the role that they got him playing. Just to see him mature and and that's a good thing. So
yeah, we're gonna see more Emmett's father too coming up. I think in the next episode.
Darnell is my man. Darnell is my
Darnell,
man. Darnell come straight chasing, man. Darnell threw that earpiece and he started talking slick.
You saw her come in the trash and he was like, is she cheating?
We're gonna close the show, short show tonight, because it was only one episode. But for those that's joining us, Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope, thanks for joining us. Anybody joining us on YouTube, make sure you hit that like button, set that algorithm off.
Subscribe too.
Yeah, make sure you subscribe to the channel. This is important. It helps the channel grow. With that, everybody have a blessed night and stay safe.
Thank you. Stay safe.